In this video, I'm going to show you what to submit for this module. So this is the CA1 brief for basic lighting and rendering. So you can go to this page by clicking the assignment section, okay, and click CA1 brief. Okay, so they will take you to this page. Okay, if you download the page or download the file, they will give you that. Okay, so this is what the brief will look like. Again, in this assignment, there are 4 parts to be submitted. So we have part 1, we have part 2, we have part 3, and we have part 4. Okay, so basically in part 1, you are required to do a practical lighting. Okay, so part 1 is practical lighting for 3-point light. Okay, so this is what the submission should look like. So there are first part, second, third, and fourth. Okay, so basically you have to do like 3-point light, alright, and you have to do it in the studio using real light and real camera. Okay, so you might need to ask your friend, right, to hold the key light for you, hold the fill light and rim, so you can get this nice 3-point light submission. Okay, and then you can switch the role. Okay, so that's what practical lighting will do for part 1. Now, for part 2, we have the digital version. Okay, so basically it's the same thing, but you do it inside Maya. So we're gonna give it a character, we're gonna give it a texture. So all you have to do, just light it up. Okay, very simple. And for part 3, we have the practical for movie look. Okay, so you going back to the practical, so you have to use the real light and the real camera again, right? But this time you're going to mimic whatever the movie screenshot that you refer to. So in this case, right, I'm using these movie references, so there are more light on the left hand side as compared on the right hand side, and also the light color is a little bit yellowish. So we try to resemble whatever the movie is references that you are using. Okay, so it's a good exercise for you, so you can position your light better, and you can see like what color they are using depending on which mood they are trying to convey. Okay, and the last one, part 4, is same, but this time it's just going back to Maya, right? So you're going to be given a character, and you have to find a different movie to light up. Okay, so that's basically what the assignment is all about. Now, one thing you have to be mindful is that you have to read the assignment brief carefully, because each section requires a different submission photos. So for example, part 1 required to submit like 4 parts, right? So I want to see how you actually like assemble your photo until the final result. Okay, so there are 4 photos to be submitted, whereas in part 3 there's only 1 set. So this is your face, the movie references, and that's it. Alright, so it's easier for me also if you submit these side by side. Okay, so whereas in part 4 there are 5 movie sets that you have to submit, right, with a different movie screenshot, obviously. Okay, so do read the assignment brief carefully. Okay. Now, another thing that I want to mention is that if you go to the assignment brief section, I mean CA1 in particular, so there are files that's already provided to you. Okay, so this is the file that I was just talking about. So for part 2, right, you're supposed to do that digital 3-point light in Maya, and this is the model for you to submit. Okay, it's an old man model, and this is his texture. Okay, and you're gonna be using the 3-point light system to light these characters' face correctly. Okay, so for part 3, you can also refer to the movie references. So if you're not sure what movie that you want to use, you can always use whatever is given to you on the blackboard. Okay, so feel free to use this for your part 3. Now for part 4, okay, inside that zip file there is this character. Okay, his name is Ray, so you can get Ray inside this file. Okay, and also there is some movie references that you can also use for your assignment. Okay, if you're not sure what movie to go for. Okay, so that's all what to submit for CA1.